They'd say there's 100 billion stars in our galaxy, and there's 100 billion galaxies, and they reckon there's no intelligent life out there. I'm Bob Cathcart. I've been with UFO research now for several years. I conduct ongoing research. I have also had an encounter with a resident extraterrestrial species. There are two types of extraterrestrial. One is resident, the others are transients. Transients are extraterrestrials that come here just to preliminarily explore, seek food, water, and basically anything else they can get. Some of them indeed snatch humans off the Earth and we never see them again. Resident extraterrestrials, however, at a technological level, do live here on Earth, and indeed Australia is blessed with what we call the Oki. The Oki were one of the Wanjinas, known to the Aboriginals. There are 7 males and 6 females. They have a totally black skin. Their eyes look like a pair of ripe red strawberries. They wear no clothing or jewellery or anything like that. They have brown lips. They have no ears. They have a ridged brown pigmented forehead. They have 6 fingers on each hand, and their torso extends down to where our shins would be, and there are 2 short stubby legs at the end of the torso that move backwards and forwards in a manner so fast it seems like a blur, and they can run 100 metres in less than 4 seconds. My own encounter with them occurred, I think it was around 1974 or 75, August of whatever year it was. 2 friends and I, we used to go down the Snowy Mountains, and usually we travel in the middle of the night. And near the small village of Collector, which is near Lake George, we travelled through that at 3 o'clock in the morning when suddenly the radio went static. And we saw an apparition on the gunning turn-off, which was a sort of an orange glowing ball with a white blob in it. We passed by that, and then on our left we saw a black spherical object with beautiful bluey green lights around it sitting in the bush to our left. That object took off, travelled down the Hume Highway in front of us, with sparks showering beneath it. Our driver began collapsing over the wheel. Our vehicle came to a halt. At the same time, a towering orange circular structure with a white dome on top stopped in a paddock to our right, 100 metres down the road. The vehicle just parked, the driver collapsed. The other 2 people in the car, including myself, just sat there mesmerised. Suddenly there was a flash of light, and then we saw some black skinned creatures assemble below the structure, gesticulating in our direction. Then there was a wailing, skin-tingling energy from this structure, and then these entities charged at our vehicle. They surrounded it, pulled each one of us out, except me. I was left in the back seat. I remember going into severe shock, extremely frightened. I lost bladder control. One of the entities sprayed me in the face with a misted substance, and I passed out as this creature banged on doing my trousers. When I came to, I felt like I'd been given a shot of pethidine. I was very relaxed. I remember looking up at one of these creatures, and I remember thinking out loud in my mind, what in God's name is that thing? He suddenly ceased his conversation, looked into the other 2 chaps' eyes, saw that they were closed. He then looked round at me, saw that my eyes were open and I was looking at him, and he slightly approached me, made a gurgling sound, and then began to laugh crowingly, at which point I passed out again. And we were off. The driver said, gee, for a while back there I had difficulty in controlling the vehicle. The chap who was sitting in the front left said that his cigarettes and the street directory were gone, and I was just sort of in a daze. I remember a telepathic message entering my mind saying, we are the Wanjina down from the moon is beautiful. There is no such thing as time and space, there is only matter and energy. In those days, back in the early 70s, you couldn't really report things like this because people would have thought you were mad or a nut or something. That particular group, the Oki, are resident here in Australia, and many, many thousands of Australians have seen them. What they are doing here, why they take flesh and blood samples, sperm and ova, we don't know. Nevertheless, they don't have a reputation for seriously hurting or harming anyone. They have mind control over us if they want it. They can turn us on and off as if we're just biological machines. ghosts that people see, for example, are just images generated by resident extraterrestrials to cultivate fear and confusion. I would round off by encouraging people who travel around this great country of ours, Australia, to always bring a camera with them and do gaze at the sky at night and do look at things, and if you see things unusual, get it on video and bring it along to preferably New South Wales UFO research, because we'd love to see it.